Live from the Spill Studios located behind a liquor store off the I-35 interchange, it's time once again for a couple of cold ones with Corey and Carlisle.
And I'm sorry, I'm looking at something crazy. And young Nick Hodges, who was on a beer run.
He's on a BWERRUN beer run, beer run, BWERRUN beer run, beer run, BWERRUN, BWERRUN.
I wish, you know
beer
what?
Run, beer run.
I would have sent him out singing that song.
Run.
I wish we had sung that before he went. And I would have told him, don't stop until you get to the store. I'm gonna keep you on the cell phone. I want you to go up to the bar singing that song.
Wow,
or the convenience store.
I can't wait to see what kind of sick things you guys come up with to torture the Spillios next weekend.
Oh, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. No, young Nick Hodges, man.
It's gonna be crazy.
Nick Hodges.
I'm
been
taking
great.
all the hot legal girls back to my place while you guys go to the strip club.
Well, I don't know what's going to happen with that because last night Leon, he's been talking about.
You guys have been talking it big.
Oh no! Well, he's been saying, "Man, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this." And last night he's like, "I'm on a reconnaissance mission right now. I'm going to go scope out this place down the street from the bar, make sure it's kosher." And I'm like, "Really? I thought it's the person who said you don't want to go to the strip joint." He's like, "Well, man, everybody keeps begging me to," and I was like, "Shit, you begging yourself to go?"
Yeah, that's the thing about Leon. Like, you really have to twist his fucking arm to get him to go to a strip club, but he's got to say it over and over again. Like, no, really, no, I couldn't pause. I could. Oh, yeah, no, I'll help myself.
Yeah, okay. All right, you got me. All right.
And when you get there, he's the one having the most fun.
Yeah.
And he's the one dropping the most cash, and he's the one who knows how to fucking do it.
Oh, yeah. We talk about twisting his arm, and, he's like, "Oh, okay, Al, you're hurting me. I'll do it. You're like, "Man, I'm not even touching you yet. I'm across the room."
Yeah, he's like, "Man, I haven't been to one of these places in years." He walks in, everyone's like, "Leon," and the girls come up and, "Oh, hey, Maria. Hey, Jasmine. Yeah, I haven't seen you guys in like 3-4 years. What are you talking about? We're 18. We saw you last weekend."
Yeah, we haven't seen us in about 3 or 4 hours. What are you saying? But man, I tell you what, you will have a good time if you go with him. I mean,
I love going with him.
Oh yeah, no, if there's anybody gonna go with, is Leon.
But I'm not doing this next weekend.
You're not going to the club with him?
Oh, I'm not going to the strip club. No.
Okay, I don't know if I'm going either because it depends on how many people are still at the bar. See, people, we're talking about the Spill Party coming up next weekend, which it's already proven itself to probably be very large. It's going to be over 100 people there.
You mean out of fucking control?
It possibly could be, and I'd rather be out of control than boring. No, next year I think I want to actually do a weekend of podcasting. And what I'm saying is that, well, we have 2 podcasts that are going on Saturday. We have this one. I'm sorry. We have the Let's Do This podcast at the Alamo Draft House. I want to see if people enjoy going to like different podcasts throughout the day and seeing if they have fun. And if they do that next year, I think I'd like to try something different where it's 2 days of podcasting, maybe 3 or 4 or 5 podcasts going on throughout the day, bringing people, not just us, but guests from different places. Like Nick Hodges was telling me about Rooster Teeth is here in town. The guys who do Red versus Blue. I was thinking, maybe those guys would be interested in coming in and doing something like that. I mean, there's all kind of weird people around town. I don't know. I mean, it's just an idea, but I'd like to see how that works out. All depends on how this works out. But either way it goes, it's going to be a lot of fun. I mean, it's going to be an all-day event. People seem really psyched for it. A lot of people are coming. I'm real excited. So I didn't think it was going to be that big at first, but now I'm looking at all the comments. I'm like, yeah. I think it's going to be something special. There's no way I'm going to have people come from out of the country to come here and not have a good time. People are going to have a good time. So anyway, let's see what we got here. And that's Saturday, August 22nd, which is right upon us coming up this Saturday. So, all right. You want to get into the top 5?
Oh, sure. It's a really good top 5 this week. Except for that number 5.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, no, right. Good top 5 this week. So let's go into the top 5, brought to you by Spill and the Spill Party.
Oh, yes. Number 5.
Number 5.
It's your friends, man, the guinea pigs.
Gaforce.
Yes, those guinea pigs are here to torment you some more this week. They say we ain't going nowhere.
Now, there is a big, huge honking disparity between number 5 and number 1, which is kind of nice. And this made, what, $6.9 million this weekend?
It did. It made $6.9 million. It is up to $99 million. So
it's this week it'll break $100 million.
Yes,
but
it will.
It's still a big piece of shit.
Kids
God,
don't care.
I fucking hate this. I know kids don't care. I care. I fucking hate it.
Them guinea pigs don't care if you care. And why you, man? These guinea pigs love you, man. Guinea pigs are some of the most lovable creatures.
No, they aren't.
Why are you?
They're fucking rodents. They don't give a shit. They don't even acknowledge us.
Rodents. If you feed them, they will acknowledge you.
Yes, and then they'll completely forget that you exist until the magical hand comes back.
That's why you keep feeding them stuff, like people giving you beer. See, you sound like a guinea pig. See, you and guinea pigs have much more in common than you think.
No, I'm a lab rat, is what I am.
All right.
You know, I'm like
the great beer experiment.
I'm like a rat at the feeder bar. You
Shit,
know?
if any motherfucker owes anyone beer, is me. I'm paying for all this goddamn thing. So
well, it's your party to celebrate you, so rock on.
That is not to celebrate the people. I'm a man of the people. And if it is to celebrate me,
man of the people. You know who said that?
Reason.
Idi Amin.
I love this. The person who can't wait to fucking.
I love the people. I love you.
Who cannot wait to plug every event that you're going to be at, so people come see you. You have the gall to talk about making anything about me. You shut the fuck up.
I'm giving you a hard time.
I'm giving you a hard time too. Let's go to number 4.
Number 4,
which is Julie and Julia.
Julie and Julia.
Up to $12.4 million. Well, that's what it brought in this weekend. It's up to actually $43.7 million. So the movie's doing pretty well.
Yeah, it's doing well for what it is.
Out of nowhere. And I mean, really, I didn't hear about this movie until the week it was coming out.
Yeah, it was one of those things where it's like, really? I was really surprised.
And people loved it.
Speaking of films coming out of nowhere, this film sat on a shelf forever. We're going into number 3.
And it did well. I didn't think this movie was going to do that well. Friday night, it actually was at number 2. It went down to number 3, and that is The Time Traveler's Wife.
Time Traveler's Wife.
Eric Bana.
Well, yeah, I mean, of course it was going to do better on a Friday night, which was a date night, as opposed to, the Saturday and Sunday crowds where lots of kids wanted to go see the number 2 movie again. But yeah, no, it's they didn't screen it here for us, which is why we didn't have a review.
We have so many movies coming up that we're just going to miss some things. I'm sorry.
It was screened to other critics around the country. They just tried to avoid a lot of the internet press. And apparently it got mixed reviews. Some people thought it was good and an interesting film. Some people really hated it. As much as I am desperately in love with Rachel McAdams, I want to hit her with a brick. I watched her on The Daily Show the other night, and she and Jon Stewart went about giving away the entire fucking movie. And I had to shut off.
Do you feel like you really missed anything, though?
I do, because it sounds fucking cool. I mean, I love time travel movies, and I really wanted to see this. And then I watched the Rachel McAdams interview, and it totally killed my interest to see it because
she gave away the whole movie.
She gave away so much of the film.
Really?
It was unreal.
And then did she whip off her mask and it was the spoiler standing?
No, it wasn't Leon.
Gotcha. I strike again.
Well, no, it started really weird. It was Jon Stewart made a joke going, "Oh, is the film about da 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 da?" He hadn't seen it, and she's like, "Yeah, actually, that's pretty much what the plot of the film is." And he's like, "Oh, so as long as this or this doesn't happen, I guess I'm fine." She's like, "No, yeah, both those things happen." She's like, and then they get to talking, and she starts spoiling other big aspects of the film, and I'm just like, for fuck's sake, you just told me the fucking movie.
I wasn't a studio rep there to like shoot it with a tranquilizer dart or anything?
No, apparently they were out of range.
Okay.
Little bowl of
She
things
ducked.
kept flying by.
You missed, bitch. Anyway, at the end, so man, where's young Hodges with my credit card? I'll tell you, that fool ran off and bought a car.
He went to buy beer. It hasn't been that long.
Okay, I just get nervous when you give a Brit your credit card and they run off.
And that's the thing, is you live behind a liquor store, but you live... The problem is you can't just magically transport over the fence. You have to like walk up the long way around to
and they're
get
having
to this thing.
they're having like some music event there tonight too. They always on the weekends have some sort of like live music concert or something going on. So he's probably standing in a long line of people.
By the way, I'll be appearing at the live music thing later tonight at 11 p.m. for anybody who wants to come.
Will you?
Yeah,
Are you? No, I'm not about to say. You're going to be there? You sure? You don't?
I'm plugging.
You're not scared about people making it all about you?
I'm plugging it.
Okay.
No, because if I threw it, then it would be all about me.
Yeah, because nobody can ever throw anything as an appreciation party.
No, can't happen.
You know what? I love the way
I mean, it was an offhand joke. And
No.
I accidentally picked the scab.
No. You be joking. Every time I joke back with you, like, why you getting the defense? And I'm joking back with you. But it's funny though that you go to somebody's. Don't go off saying I'm talking shit about this guy because you'll do that. But I like the way you go to Harry Knowles' birthday party where he invites 100 people to come and celebrate his birthday in a room to watch movies, and you don't have anything to say about that.
Oh, well, I would joke with him about that, except that's his joke. I mean, he's been doing that for 10 years since he's done BNAT, where it's like, come and celebrate me and give me presents. And it's kind of hard to say, hey, we're here to celebrate you. It's like, yeah, it's my fucking birthday party. And it is his birthday party.
Yeah.
So,
so you give him shit about that?
well, it's...
No, you don't. See, I
get on to the number 2 movie of the week. Number 2.
What do you think of that is?
G.I. Joe.
Stand in there. Already in 2 weeks is pretty much up to $100 million, $98.7 million, and
now you know.
Brought in 22.5. Yeah,
and knowing is half of something or other.
Half the battle.
You know what the other half of the battle is? Kicking the shit out of your opponent.
And what does that relate to here? I just said okay.
Knowing's half the battle. They never said what's the other. They never tell you what the other half. The other half of the battle is kicking the shit out of a motherfucker.
Damn, that's Samuel Jackson's advice right there. Kicking the shit out the motherfucker. That's the other half of the battle.
That's being a kicking the shit out of everybody. The number 1 movie of the week.
District 9.
District 9, baby. By a long shot.
Yeah,
there was
$37 million, man.
$37 million to G.I. Joe's, what, 22?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, big disparity there. 15 million. Lots of people saw this. They made domestically, they made $7 million over their budget. So this movie's all about profit. From
the movie exactly is at $30 million. That's what his budget is. So the movie's already on its way to possibly making its money back. I mean, the movie needs to make about 3 times as much, but I think this movie's going to it's going to have, as you say, have legs.
Oh, it's definitely going to have legs. People are loving it. It's, I mean, it entered onto the weekend it opened onto the IMDb top 250. It's like number 78.
It deserves to be, man. It is. I love the fuck out this movie.
I do too. I mean, it's the first unanimous better than sex movie we've had since Dark Knight.
Since Dark Knight. I mean, and I guess that would have been broken if Leon and Cyrus had seen it, because I think they gave it full price, but they didn't think it was as good as we did. But I'm sorry, this movie is amazing.
Well, because it wasn't released in comic book form first.
Had they read
the District 9 graphic novel and then they saw this film, it would be fucking transcendent. See, and you're laughing, but you're laughing because it's kind of true. Because if they had attached it to the material beforehand, like fucking Batman, they would have fucking, their spleens would have popped and they would have peed their pants.
Boys do love their funny books.
They do love their funny books.
No, man, I think, and here's an interesting argument now. I think somebody tried to appeal to me by saying, well, you thought this movie was better than sex. You complain about race in all these movies and you don't find the bit about the Nigerians eating the aliens as racist. And I'm like, no, I did not, because in Africa, they really do have a problem of people eating endangered species, thinking it would give them powers.
Well, they have lots of problems over in Africa. The thing is your issues with race are how African Americans are represented in film, how the culture that you grew up in was represented, not how people who are just black are represented.
No, this person sees black people. And they even said, oh, Oogie Boogie, look at this. They have black people are scary. And I'm like, well, you know something? If this wasn't representative of what is really happening in somewhat, in real reality over there, because there are people who eat like elephant tusks thinking it would improve their sexual performance, to secure for impotency and,
but it's a cultural thing, not a racial thing.
Exactly.
And that's what I'm saying, is that every time you complain about race in films, it's how African Americans are represented, not how blacks are represented.
And even if African Americans are represented in a truthful way, I'm not going to complain about it. I mean, I've seen movies where people have been represented as gang members and whatnot, but if they do it respectfully and it's done as something that's a reference to real life, then what am I going to say? I'm going to act like it doesn't exist?
You know what I'm going to say? Nick's here with the beer.
I know. I was just about to say, yay, beer.
Hey, I'm back.
Yay, beer.
Beer.
What did you get?
I got what he wanted and I got what I wanted.
Did you bring Daddy back his change?
You gave me a card.
All right. So I was trying to see if I could fool you.
Did you bring Daddy back his credit card? And I hate the fact that you're having Nick call you Daddy now.
Well, he knows the drill while he's here. Hey,
motherfucker.
What'd you get there, Nick? I see you got 2 kinds of beer.
He got cider, like he was talking about.
Yeah, I got cider, which
you
is
love the hell out that
woodchuck.
cider. Ladies and gentlemen, young Nick Hodges is in the house.
Yay! Okay, the party starter.
Okay. I tell you, why don't you go get some more beer?
Wait.
And don't come back.
Can you say Firestarter?
I'm the fire
Man,
starter.
don't
the
you
twisted
guys
fire starter.
get into another 20-minute long conversation about fucking
The Prodigy. Hey, you know what? We talked about that. That's the number one thing I've gotten email and messages about all week are people who didn't know the Prodigy
fucking
had a
with
new
you.
album and went and checked out the album and said, holy shit, this album fucking rocks.
I'm fucking with you. I'm not serious.
Hey, you know what? We're going to talk about the fucking Prodigy if
wait,
we want
You guys
to.
don't
Give
talk
me-
about music enough, in my
What we
opinion.
can talk
Well,
about is handing me a goddamn
Bottle opener here. There you go.
I saw you come in with that big ass button. There it is. Here you go.
You mug.
All right, you done well.
Thank you. Thank you.
You've earned your keep here for another night,
Where's
Mr.
my
Hodges.
bit?
Uh,
My
so-
side, I mean.
So finally, we can take the edge off. You missed it. There was a few mildly tense moments there
Oh,
earlier.
intense. I give him shit. And every time I give him shit, his defense is, why you getting defensive? See, what did I do? I had a nerve there. I was like, I'm just fucking with you back. I mean, you're going to get fucked with if you,
You have
fuck with me.
you have two types of fucking with. You have the laughing and making an odd joke, and then you have the sitting forward in your chair and going, I'm going to get you
No,
now, motherfucker.
That's when it's called really fucking with you. It ain't no hostility there, but goddamn, gets to
I
a
said
point.
goddamn.
So what did I miss?
Goddamn.
What did I miss?
You didn't miss
Nothing.
none.
We're right now finishing up a talk about the awesomeness of District 9.
Oh,
Okay, I'll ask you something. How did you feel about the portrayal of black people in District 9?
I thought that they were vicious bastards, to be honest.
See?
But they were fucking Nigerians. Everyone hates the Nigerians.
I would like to proposition you.
Speaking of which, have you ever been to 419.com?
No, what is that?
Oh, it's or is it 419?
Is it a racist Nigerian site, anti-Nigerian site?
Yes.
You black motherfuckers.
No. What it is it's actually there's a group of people called the 419ers, and what they do is they collect 419 emails.
Oh, those emails.
And they what they do is they string these people along who do this, the spammers, and they get them to do really fucked up stuff. Because what you don't realize is most of the people on the other end of those spam emails are incompetent buffoons who are just trying to get work. They're people in Africa. They're people in Nigeria that has very loose laws, which is why, it's spread out to other places throughout the world, but Nigeria is kind of where it started. And they're people who just want a job, and this is their job, and their job is to
send out those emails.
Well, the emails are bulk sent out by someone in their firm, in the organization, and then the calls come in, and their job is to milk the person and get them to talk them into sending the money so that they get the money and can rip them off or send the card or whatever they're going to do to rip them off. And that's
how I
their
met
job.
Nick.
The problem is these people are not smart. And so it's very easy to string them along, and it's very easy to get them to do really horrendously embarrassing things to try to
like what?
one of the favorite things to do is to get them to tattoo things on their bodies. Get tattoos in English that say certain things. I'm a wanker who plays with my pud. Getting them to do things like that by saying that these are, what they do is what a lot of them pretend to be churches. And
The ones I have are coming from some Nigerian guy who says, I'm rich and I want to bring my money over to America. I need an account to put it in before I get there.
But what a lot of these 419ers will do is they'll be, you've contacted a church and we give out money and we help people out with things like that. And I would love to help you. And you go back and forth. You pretend that you're a member of a church and that, we'd love to give you money, but we have a prohibition in our church, so we're not allowed to give money unless you've joined our church. And here's what you have to do to join the church. And if you could provide us photographic evidence that you've joined the church by getting the tattoo, then I'm allowed to send you the money. And you string these people along in all sorts of different vicious ways and get them to humiliate themselves, and then you post your victory, your trophies on this site.
So what's the proof that they've done that then?
Photographic evidence. Like some will send really badly Photoshop stuff, but some will get pictures taken with signs or with these tattoos or in the midst of really bizarre rituals, like wearing underwear on their head and carrying fish heads.
See, I would be scared to even go that far with these people because I don't know. I mean, they already have your email address, but you keep fucking with them. There's no telling what other information
No.
they're trying to
They've
get on you.
spammed email. So what you do is you have a separate email account that you email back with. You use like dummy phone numbers. You do all sorts of, these guys do all sorts of crazy stuff, and their antics are legendary. They've gotten some of these spammers to do really embarrassing and awesome things.
If I can get one of the hot ones to strip for me.
And to waste their time. that's one of the other things is they get them to waste their time, like saying, you know what, I'm going to fly out and, you know, I'm going to deliver the cashier check personally. And, you know, but what I'm going to need is I'm going to need you to bring a couple girls, and I'm going to be on this flight at such and such a time. And can you have a pickup truck there for me to drive around? And they get them to do all this stuff. And show up and sit around and wait, and you get emails back going, we were there for an hour and a half and you never showed up. And it's like, oh, I'm sorry, my flight got delayed, I come in tomorrow. And, you know, you keep fucking with them until they
come to your home and machete you to death.
Yeah, because
No,
these
until
guys
they-
are real gangsters, you know. Like, they're not just like, you know, one guy, you know, a couple of guys on their own. I was reading a book called Gangs by Tony Thompson. He was talking about organized crime in Britain, and he was mentioning about the Nigerian fraud gangs. And what some of the things they like to do is they like to buy off tourists in Africa, like tube tickets. So when they meet like a person in Amsterdam or Paris and saying that they're a real business organization, and they, you know, empty their pockets under the table just to get a wallet out, and then they'll see some tube tickets, I guess kind of show them that they're really well traveled, that they're not a bunch of, you know.
So
you
the
know,
tube
thugs.
ticket is just for show.
Yeah.
Tube tickets for show, yeah, and they'll pay like, you know, £15 or whatever.
So are these people considered to be dangerous in some cases? I'm sure some of them are just spammers, but are some
Well,
of them actually-
locally they can be, but the thing is when you operate out of the United States, what the fuck are they going to do? They're going to pay money to fly out and murder you and fly back?
I'm just waiting for that one Nigerian who's pissed that you wasted his time, and you're in bed one night and you wake up and there's a Nigerian in your face. I waited for you, motherfuckers. You know,
I will eat you to take your power.
I don't know
And
whether
your money.
these Nigerians are based in America, but what I do know is that they are based in Britain, and they do have separate cells that are operating within London and Bristol and you know, Manchester. So there is a presence in Britain and
Yeah,
Europe.
the Britain presence is that's what when I was talking about how they spread to other places. Britain is one of the places that several of the gangs have spread out to because of lax spamming email laws and such like that.
So I'm waiting for when Nigerians come to America, and then those people who take the piss out of them will, you know, pay their dues.
Well, but the thing is, the people who take the piss out of them are they're really clever, they're really smart, and there are rules on how to do it to not be able to be tracked down. And they explain to you how to do it. You know, never call from your home number. You know, don't email back from your primary email address.
Yeah.
Things like that. I mean, there are rules on how to fuck with these people, but the things they've pulled off are fucking legendary. They're just so great. And people post stories of doing it. People collect up this stuff and post it for other people to find new people to fuck with.
See, I'd be the guy who'd like fuck with them, and the next 10 minutes I hear like, I know you're there. He's like, oh shit.
I know you're there, Corey Coleman.
Open the door. I have a proposition for you.
What's the name of this website again?
God, it's
419?
I think it's 419 or 419er or 419 something. But if you type in Google 419 and 419 Revenge or 419, you know, Payback or whatever, you'll find this site, and this site is just fucking great. I haven't looked at it in a few months, so I forget what the actual address is, but man, I love those guys.
Maybe some Spill members could post up a link or something like that to because I'd love to see.
Maybe
this
some of these
website.
Spiel members are the spammers that are doing this.
Probably.
Yeah, this is gonna be a great party next week.
Oh yeah, full of Nigerians.
Not all Nigerians are black, Corey.
I was wondering, hey, look, some of that white is coming off. What do you think about me? I think you're a vicious bastard. Like, Nick doesn't like black people over here. I think he thought I was white when you come over here, right? You thought my cartoon character was like mauve or biracial.
Yeah, pretty much.
Somebody actually, oddly enough, I don't know if you saw it, but I posted a link to a documentary that I'm in that just went up on Hulu this weekend called
Zombie Girl?
Yeah, Zombie Girl. And somebody wrote me and said, "Wow, that's funny. I always thought you were black."
Who thought you were black?
I have no idea because I thought I was as white as they come. I thought I was the whitest of
You
the
are.
white. of
What do
the
you mean you
Spill
thought?
crew.
You are as
I'm
white
the
as they
token
come.
white guy. You know. So no, it was kind of funky to wait. Really, you thought he was black? What?
Oh shit! Well, that person needs to get their ears
Hey,
checked.
Urkel was
in.
black too, right?
But even then, you could tell Urkel was still black for some reason. Anyway, Nick, how you doing, man? Join us again.
Doing all right. Can I do a public service announcement very quickly?
No, what?
I'd like to just address the
foreign
people who've been
exchange,
nice. No, not foreign exchange. I'm just saying something quick for the comments section for the Let's Do This and a couple of comments. I'd like to say thanks to everyone who's been nice to me, and for all the people who've been slagging me off. I'd like to say fuck you. I ain't going nowhere. All right. So stop with the harassing comments.
But I would like to say thank you to all of you people slagging on Nick. Is this fucking wanker?
No, it's probably
fucking
you.
deserves it at this
You're
point.
the one to believe me these comments. Then
I've had to.
you're boring.
You're
very
boring. Yeah, British boring. No, some people I've had to ban somebody because I was telling someone we had a guy named Killer Man on the site, and the guy was just fucking with people. I mean, you're one of the ones that he was actually messing with.
Killer Man? Oh, was he that douchebag that was? Yeah, okay, I think I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, no, he's that dude, and
Where he just started like leaving nasty stuff. It's like, dude, fuck off.
to everyone. And so I think this person came back and
He was
tried
going to
to
stay at your house.
No, he wasn't. No, that was bullshit. That was somebody. It was him talking shit again. He never
was it?
talked to me
Oh,
about that. That was somebody just fucking around. And now I think they tried to come back as a chick. It was somebody named August, and then they put up this picture which was obviously fake. And of course, she had some numbnut who was like, "You're gorgeous, you're hot," and it's like it's not even real. So that led me to think that this person was actually pretending to be a chick. And the more they started fucking with people, because Killer Man was the same way. Came in, started being real nice to people, was kind of cool, and then they progressively started getting more mean to people, to everyone, and that's what this person was doing.
Yeah, he was. He or she